Telegram, you've heard of it, you probably use it. For millions of us, it's become the go-to app for privacy, right? A safe harbor in a sea of apps that want our data. But is that reputation really earned? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see what's really going on with Telegram's security. And see, this is it right here. This is the common wisdom, a comment from a Reddit user that just perfectly captures what so many of us believe. That when you're on Telegram, you're automatically wrapped in this bulletproof vest of encryption. But as you're about to find out, the reality is, well, it's a bit more complicated than that. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the promise, why Telegram has this amazing reputation. Then we'll get into something I call the encryption illusion, which honestly, most users have no idea about. After that, I'll show you how to find the app's real security feature, but also its limits. We'll finish up with a super practical 5-step playbook for you and a big question that really gets to the heart of this whole thing. So why does Telegram have this reputation as the Fort Knox of messaging apps? Well, it's become the favorite tool for a lot of activists, journalists, and really anyone just trying to get away from the prying eyes of big tech. It's marketed as this super secure messenger, right? And for a lot of people, it feels more like a social media platform with these giant group chats and channels. The assumption everyone makes is that all of this is happening with the absolute best privacy protection turned on by default. Okay, but this is where that popular image of Telegram really starts to wobble, because there's this one tiny, crucial detail, a secret really, that almost nobody knows, and it changes everything about how the app actually works. There it is. Let that sink in for a second. Every single group chat you're in, every one-on-one chat you start the normal way, none of it has that gold standard of privacy automatically enabled. This is the big one, the critical piece of information that most of us just completely miss. So what's the actual difference? Let's make this super simple. Think of Telegram's default encryption like sending a letter through the mail. The post office promises they'll deliver it sealed, but they could open it if they really wanted to. Now, end-to-end encryption, that's like putting your letter inside a locked safe and only the person you're sending it to has the key. Nobody in between, not even Telegram, can peek inside. And look, this isn't just me saying this. This isn't a small technicality. As cryptographer Matthew Green puts it, this gap between what's marketed and what's actually happening is a huge deal. It leads you, the user, to believe you have a level of security that, for most of your chats, just isn't there. So does Telegram even offer that locked safe level of security? The answer is yes, it absolutely does. But you have to know it exists and you have to be the one to turn it on. The feature is called Secret Chats, and they are totally different from your regular cloud chats. They use that true end-to-end encryption, and the messages are only on your device and the other person's device. They never sit on Telegram's servers. This is the feature that actually delivers on that big privacy promise. And starting one is actually really easy once you know how. You just pop into a contact's profile, hit those 3 little dots, and tap Start Secret Chat. The key thing, the absolute key, is remembering you have to do this manually for every single conversation you want to protect. It's an option you have to choose, it's not the default. Okay, so now we all know about secret chats. Problem solved, we can all go home, right? Well, not exactly. This feature comes with some pretty big catches you really need to know about. And these limitations are a big deal. First, and this is the real kicker, you can't use secret chats for groups at all. They only work for one-on-one chats. They also don't work on the desktop app, and a secret chat you start on your phone won't show up on your tablet. This makes them kind of useless for a lot of the ways people actually use Telegram every day. And there's one more layer here. Security experts get a little nervous because Telegram doesn't use an industry-standard encryption protocol. They built their own. In the security world, that's a bit of a red flag. It's kind of like a car company insisting on building its own completely new type of engine that no one else has tested, instead of using the one the entire industry has trusted for decades. It might be totally fine, but it makes the experts uneasy. All right, I know that was a lot, so let's boil it all down into a clear, simple action plan. Here it is, your 5-step playbook for using Telegram way more safely. Number 1, and if you take away nothing else, please remember this one. Let me be as clear as I can be. If you have a conversation that needs to be truly, genuinely private, you must use the secret chat feature every single time. It's the only way to get that locked, safe protection. Okay, number two is all about knowing what you can't do. This is a hard and fast rule, folks. Telegram does not, cannot offer end-to-end encryption for group chats. So if you need to have a secure conversation with a bunch of people, you just have to use a different app. Period. Third, and this requires a real mental shift, you got to be careful with your regular chats. Look, since your normal chats are stored on Telegram servers, you should just assume that the company could access them if they had to. That's why security firms are constantly warning activists and journalists about this. So just think twice before you share something super sensitive in a default chat. Your phone number, right? It's a direct link to you, but it doesn't have to be. Now, this is definitely a more advanced move, but it's a really powerful feature that Telegram offers. You can actually buy an anonymous number on the blockchain and use that to sign up, which completely separates your account from your real-world identity. Pretty cool? And finally, number 5. This one is really about changing your mindset. And this doesn't just apply to Telegram, it applies to every single app on your phone. Just because a company says a feature exists, like end-to-end encryption, that doesn't mean it's turned on by default. You always have to peek under the hood and understand how these things actually work. So where does that leave us? Is Telegram good? Is it bad? It's not really that simple. It all comes down to understanding the trade-offs. The reason Telegram isn't encrypted by default is because its cloud system allows for these amazing features. Massive groups, channels, syncing all your messages instantly across every device. But that convenience, it comes at the cost of default privacy. They chose features over hardcore out-of-the-box security. And really, that's the question I want to leave you with. When you pick the apps you use every single day, what are you optimizing for? Is it pure convenience, or is it rock-solid privacy? Now that you know the trade-offs with Telegram, you can make a much smarter choice for you.